Hello ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, and I'm going to be bringing you another series of games from the Winners League. This is going to be the series between Woongjin Stars and KT Rolster, and this should be a very, very entertaining series. Two very, very good teams, and Woongjin Stars really just trying to make waves, trying to make a splash as much as they can in the Pro League. They've been getting better and better over the last full year, I would say, over the from last season on into this season. The emergence of Zero has really helped them. In the off season, they went and grabbed Quanro, so they really have a nice three-player punch going. And if they want to start making some noise, if they really want to get going in Pro League and Winners League, this would be a great place to do it against KT Rolster. We're going to start out here. It's going to be a game between Forgg for KT Rolster and Neo G Soulkey for Woongjin Stars, and his name rhymes, Neo G Soulkey, and after that, I know very, very little about this guy. I have never seen him play a game. He's played 3 televised non-GOM games so far, win against Justin, and losses to Really and Iris. So this is really the only matchup he's been playing, ZVT, but don't really know much about him, and I'm interested to see what he's got here. He must have performed well in the Woongjin Star House in order to get a lineup appearance here against KT Rolster. This is such a big series for Woongjin Stars that I gotta think that he's had something in the house going on that's given the coaches confidence. Now, going against him is Forgg, a guy that I think everyone at least knows of as one of those MSL drop-offs, won the Arena MBC Star League, and then kind of fell off the planet, went into a complete slump. I think he took down Jadong in that series too to get that MSL, and then went and just pretty much just went and did nothing. He got traded to KT Rolster from, I forget where he was before. I think he was actually on Oz. I think he was on Oz and then got traded to KT Rolster, and his job was to really be the secondary to Flash. Him and Luxury both came over, and they were both supposed to just beef up Flash, and hasn't really worked out that way. KT Rolster had these 2 MSL winners that went on to kind of go into big, massive slumps, but Forgg's been playing a little better of late. He's starting to get some wins, starting to climb back into the over 500 hole for his his last few months of play. So definitely looking a little bit better, maybe refocused, and definitely has a chance here in this game. This is going to be on Roadrunner, one of the new maps. It's kind of like a cross between Destination and, I don't know, some other 4-player map, that Lost Temple maybe, I don't know, something like that. And it's a very, very interesting map. Not a whole lot of games played on it. Something like 15, 16 games have been played on it in terms of TVZ, and Terran seem to have a little bit of an advantage on this, but I don't know if it's really significant or not. We'll see what happens. And we've got some early scouting going on, pretty normal here. It's a 4-player map, so Neo G wants to find where Forgg as fast as he can, sending out that drone scout as well as the Overlord. And I think now he knows where Forgg is, and I expect Forgg to be going for a oh wow, very, very early 3rd hatch. I think that might actually be 3 hatch before pool from Soulkey, and I don't know what to call him, either Neo G or Soulkey. I think Neo G is his clan name, but I can't really tell because it's like in his actual name. We'll see, and we've got a tech build coming from Forgg, so it's going to be a mechanized build. We've got the factory already going down. There's finally the pool coming from Soulkey. Now, assuming that he can get Zerglings out in time, maybe he might be forced to throw down a sunken colony in order to defend against this. We'll see if he can detect that mech is coming his way. He only sees 1 Marine on the ramp, but I don't know if he really has enough information here to figure out that he's got to have vultures coming at him pretty soon here. Hopefully he does. Otherwise, this could be a very, very quick, unfortunate game. Unfortunate Pro League. Well, I guess it's not a Pro League debut, but unfortunate first set for Woongjin Stars here, going pre-hatch before pool. So ballsy, so ballsy. It looks like we're gonna have 2 port rates coming out. Wow, and Soulkey has no idea what's going on. Finally, the pool is up as well as the extractor, and we'll get to see some gas finally being mined. Gonna try and probably get speed first before layer would be my guess. He might actually even skimp on speed, but if he does, he's gonna be wow. Although it does look like Forgg is actually not producing a Vulture. I really prefer when you go for this build to get the Vulture first out of the Terran player. It just puts a little bit of pressure on, and especially in this case, I think it could have been massively effective. Just produce the 1 Vulture before your rates, and I think you're in good shape. But Forgg deciding not to do that, the factory was purely to level up his tech buildings up to Starport. And could be pretty successful here. We've got a sunken colony coming up, and no expansion yet from Forgg. So I think Soulkey knows that something's up. He probably doesn't know whether it's just a standard mech build or raids, but he's got to know that something is a little bit peculiar here. He hasn't seen the expo, and standard build TVZ is 1-Rex version into CC. So definitely a little bit weird here. I think Soulkey's starting to get that info, and he's getting a Hydralisk Den out, so I think he suspects this. Very, very good play by Soulkey, reading the information correctly, what he's got, and really making a good call here, going for that Hydralisk Den. I mean, this could be just a lurker opening, so it just happens to work, but getting some Hydralisk out is going to be very, very important for him in defending these rates. First 2 rates are in the air, being scouted by that Overlord, and he's going to lose at least 1, maybe 2 Overlords. I think there might be one to the west, just outside of Forgg's natural expansion. There might be another Overlord there that he can pick off. But in terms of in his base, provided Soulkey can position his units correctly, he should have enough Hydralisk to at least pretty well defend himself. Getting an Evo chamber up as well, going to be able to get upgrades as well as a sunken or a spore colony if he absolutely needs it. I think it might be a little premature for him to throw down spore colonies already, but if he feels that he's just not comfortable with it, he is going to lose another Overlord here, then he can certainly do that and just do, I mean, rates are ridiculously fragile, so just 1 or 2 sunken colonies will be or spore colonies will defect that off. And yeah, we do have the spore colony coming up here, so he's just going to play it a little bit safer. You see, a lot of times you'll see players in the pro scene just try and skimp that corner, trying to not put down the spore colony, just defend with Hydralisk and depend upon micro and entrapment techniques to really take down the rates. But Soulkey's not going to play any games here, just going to play it a little bit safer, throw down a spore colony in each of his mineral lines and going to defend that way. He's losing a 3rd Overlord here, the Overlord just outside of Forgg's natural. So Soulkey probably not able to produce very much right now, but as soon as he rebuilds those Overlords, he should be in good shape. I think a nice follow-up to this might be a Mines could be a very nice follow-up to this. Forgg has definitely done a really, really good job of killing the Overlord, so now there's no detection out in the field, and Mines could really be good here. I don't think he's going to. I don't see any indications of that. We do see the expansion going up, I believe, but I think Mines is definitely a pretty cool follow-up to this kind of a build. If he chooses to do that. We got maybe 4 rates there, 4 rates, 3-4 rates, something like that, and not doing too much damage here. Actually, the rates have taken control of the air, have taken map presence away from Soulkey, but haven't done much in terms of damage. I think they've only killed 1 or 2 drones after the Overlord, so pretty minimal here. Getting a look at Flash there, who may show up in this series, maybe not. If needed, I'm sure he'll be available to play, and yeah, I mean, we'll see if anyone else can take down Wunjin Star's big 3 without Flash being needed. I personally, I doubt it. I'd be very surprised if they are able to beat Wunjin Stars without Flash, but you never know. It happens. A couple Zerglings getting picked off here by the Wraith as well. We've got upgrades coming in from the engineering base, so it's going to be a standard transition right into an SK build, and the command center is being floated over, so he's going to be in a pretty decent economic shape here. Still has relative map control here, and something for, I think that's just a Zergling moving around the bottom of the map, probably just trying to scout out once again, trying to see what's coming his way from Soulkey, and there he is, dying to a tank fire, so he's got a pretty good idea of what's going on here. I think he knows that what kind of transition is coming his way. Now Soulkey's going to have to maybe do something now. He has no map presence, so he's either going to have to get some military on the field or take another base and try and stay ahead economically. And it looks like he's actually going to take another base at the 1 o'clock position. That should be a gas expansion there, and that's exactly what he's going to do. I hope he has speed on these Overlords as well, otherwise that could end up being problematic later on. That drone needs to place a hatchery. Needs to place a hatchery. Needs to place a hatchery. Place a hatchery. Please place a hatchery. And just chillaxing right now, just chilling like a villain. That drone is just good to go. And there we go, hatchery being placed down, and Raid's gonna go and scout it out. Might take a pot shot at it, but not really gonna be able to do anything here. This Hydralisks are in position, almost losing a Wraith to those Hydralisks. Needs to be very, very careful of those little paper planes. So fragile, but incredibly fast, and certainly have their uses here. And Soulkey right now is playing pretty defensively here. I think he has to. Those siege tanks on the ridge make attacking very, very difficult. Though I will say that the left side of that natural mineral line is extremely vulnerable. If he could get, I don't think he has lurkers yet, but if he was to go lurkers and get a couple lurkers down there, that could be really devastating to him. We got some Scourge in the air and a Queen's Nest going up, so really quick hive. This is a very interesting build from Soulkey. He's going straight to hive, not